What's up, everybody? We are back with Class 8, and today we're going to talk about how you can start your own record label. Now, this class isn't a requirement to start selling your music directly to fans, nor is it a prerequisite to releasing your music on DSPs and digital retailers. However, starting a record label is a great way to distinguish yourself from the crowd of musicians that exist in the world today. So our basic overview for today is we're going to talk about how to create an LLC, why you should have a legal consultant, why you should have a financial consultant, as well as some additional information. Now, before I continue any further, I'm going to read this disclaimer that I also wrote in the beginning of the book. All of the materials presented in this book/course are a representation of the author's opinion. As pertaining to any legal or financial significance, the materials being presented may or may not be applicable to the reader's circumstances. Laws, customs, and information are bound to change as time progresses. Therefore, the materials in this book may be out of date even upon the first publication. In no way is the author or publisher implying that the reader should apply any materials presented to them. Furthermore, the author nor the publisher assume any responsibility for the actions of the reader based upon the materials provided in this book/course. Should any reader take action based upon the materials in this publication, it should be done cautiously and at their own discretion. Always seek the advice of an appropriate professional. There are legal and financial implications that are associated with releasing your music, as well as starting a record label and owning your own business. What I'm doing here is simply creating a guide to help you understand the general process of how to start a record label. If you personally feel that any of this information is inapplicable or inaccurate, follow your instincts and contact the appropriate professionals before applying any of the information that's being presented to you. Now let's continue. If you choose to start a record label, why use an LLC? On page 8 of the book, we partially discussed how LLCs are used in the music industry. If you haven't read it already, I suggest you do so. We're going to go further in depth into how you can do the same. For starters, an LLC is a limited liability company, very common business model. In the corporate realm, this business structure protects the business owner from being held personally responsible for the company's debts and liabilities. You can use your LLC to conduct business and put your assets in your LLC's name. Your assets being your records, your merchandise, and all other products related to your music. Which brings us to point number 2. Corporate shield. Create separation between assets. When you establish an LLC, you are creating a state-registered entity. And an entity, by literal definition, is a thing with distinct and independent existence. An LLC becomes a thing or noun in the same sense that a human being is a thing or noun. Your LLC is to be used for business, while all things pertaining to you remain separate. That is the meaning behind the separation of personalities and the separation between assets. Which brings us to point number 3. An LLC enables you to separate your business and personal activities. Let's move on to the next slide. Here are the basic requirements for creating an LLC. Point number 1, create a business name, the USPTO domain name registrar. Use the USPTO official website and check if the trademark for your company name is available. Remember, we said that in class 1. Next, use a domain name registrar to see whether or not the name of your LLC is available to be used as a website. You can do so with well-known and trusted services such as GoDaddy or DreamHost. When you come up with an idea for the name of your record label, you want to make sure that it's available to use legally as well as available for use as a company website. But here's something else. You can even use your musical alias or your professional name as the official name of your LLC. Your label doesn't have to be Ball Out Records or Soul Singing Records or anything of that nature. It can simply be your musical name. Now, point number 2, the next thing you'll need is a registered agent to receive the official and legal documents. A registered agent will manage your legal documents and make sure you are aware of the legal implications and responsibilities that come along with owning a business. Technically speaking, you can be your own registered agent. However, that would not be the wisest business practice. 1, you'd have to share your address. 2, you'd have to process a ton of mail. And 3, between running your record label and creating music, it's very easy to overlook some important notices. Point number 3, you will have to file your state LLC's Articles of Organization form, which is basically used to determine the rights, powers, and liabilities of the owners of the LLC. And lastly, you'd have to create an operating agreement, the general operations of your company. The operating agreement outlines the financial, legal, and overall functionality of your business. It's a lot of work, but don't be discouraged because there is an easy way to go about doing all of this. All you have to do is go to your web browser and simply search for a registered agent service, such as Northwest Registered Agent or LegalZoom. There are other companies who perform the same functions and provide the same services. These are just 2 of the most popular ones. They specialize in helping people to establish their LLCs. All of the information that we covered on the last slide, they can assist you with. Here's a few reasons why you should get a registered agent. They will handle the logistics and the paperwork for you. They have consultative services. They will answer almost any question, and it is very convenient, it's time-saving, and they offer affordable services. So again, a registered agent will help you to establish your LLC. They will collect your official and legal documents. They will help you to file for your state's LLC's Article of Organizations forms, and they can answer as many questions as you have about creating an LLC. Now, as for our next slide, every business owner should have a legal consultant. I cannot offer you any legal advice, but I can tell you why you need it. Point number 1, all endeavors of business have legal implications. Every aspect of business is governed by law. Point number 2, all legal endeavors will be communicated with legalese. I'm just going to read a small passage from the book. This is at the beginning of page 34. Every deal typically involves an agreement between 2 or more parties and is usually officiated with a contract. A well-thought and structured deal should have all the terms and clauses written in a contract and explained in great detail. Any breach of the contract can potentially imply legal consequences. It is very common for musicians and writers to have legal disputes throughout the duration of the career, either with the entity they're signed to or another entity within the music and entertainment business. Most of these problems come from some form of misunderstanding of the language in their legal agreement or some other part of the law concerning music. This is largely due to the fact that almost all contracts are written in a language called legalese, which is the formal and technical language of a legal document. At the time that you begin negotiations with a record label, publishing group, management, or any professional entity, an attorney should be present. Now, that was pertaining to the laws surrounding music. However, the small passage that I just read from the book applies to every legal endeavor. The official language of the law is called legalese. It's not a language that either you or myself would easily be able to interpret. As you make progress in your career, you may have to sign agreements with other entities, whether it be companies or people. You are going to need an attorney as you progress through your career. And last but not least, point number 3, they can assist you with the operations of your business. An entertainment lawyer will be crucial in every aspect of your business. They can help you with the formation of contracts and help you understand the legalities of owning a business and conducting business. Now, a simple way to find one is to open up your web browser and search Entertainment Attorney Directory and type in your state. You should be able to find an entertainment attorney in your city or a city nearby. Moving forward, every business owner should have a financial advisor or financial planner. Now, I'm not a financial planner, nor am I an advisor, so I'm not at liberty to discuss finance at great lengths. However, every business owner should have one, preferably someone who has experience in the music business and is a licensed CPA. Here's why. They will track and budget your personal and label expenses. They can offer assistance with your taxes. They can assist you with investments, scaling your business, saving money, and creating a retirement fund. Between the various royalties your music will be generating, as well as any money you make from merchandise, you will need someone to help you track your expenses. The tax implications of generating money as a business are different than if you were working a 9-to-5. A financial advisor or financial planner can help you establish a system that is tailor-made for your needs. They can help you create a payroll system that enables you to get paid through your company. Now, in the beginning of your career, you may not be generating that much money, and it shouldn't be hard for you to track your personal and business finances. However, I have made some mistakes in my career, financially as well, and in hindsight, the wisest thing I could have done would be to contact somebody who has more knowledge and information than me. Now, you can go about finding a financial advisor the same way you would go about finding an attorney. Open up your web browser and type in entertainment or music financial advisor directory. Insert your state. Now, there's just a few more bits of information that I'd like to cover. Let's move on to our next slide. Point number 1, trademark your company name and your logo. This is imperative. I've stated that several times, but I can't stress the importance of that enough. Visit the uspto.gov, see if their trademark is available, trademark your company name as well as your artist name, and use a domain name registrar such as GoDaddy or DreamHost and check to see if it's available to use as a website. Point 2, visit irs.gov for an employer identification number. Now, your registered agent can also handle this for you. Your EIN is an identification number for the IRS. It is necessary for paying taxes, and if necessary, you can use it to open up a line of credit for your business. Point number 3, there may be quarterly or annual fees for your LLC, and that depends on your state. Your registered agent can make you aware of that, so make sure you stay up to date with them and stay in contact with them. Point number 4, the domain name registrar, which we already covered, so I won't stress you about that anymore. But point number 5, business contact, phone, and email. It would be in your best interest to have a phone number and email solely for your business. Any mobile service provider should be able to assist you with opening up a phone number for your business. And as for your email, you are going to want to open up a domain name email. So after you go to a domain name registrar such as GoDaddy or DreamHost, you'll want to purchase a domain name for your website, which should also be the name of your company. Then you'll want to set up a business email using the domain name or web address of your website. Now, whichever domain registrar that you choose to use, they will typically have a tutorial that details the process of how to set up an email address with your web address. It's a simple process, but it can be a little bit confusing. If you'd like me to create a short tutorial showing you how to do so, let me know in the comments section. And lastly, a business bank account, corporate veil. As we spoke about earlier, there is this idea called corporate shield or corporate veil, which is used to separate the assets of the business owner and the business. You're going to want to open up a business bank account. Now, you can do this with the bank that you already have a personal account with. Just inquire about the process. They'll give you the paperwork that you need to fill out, and then you can turn that in and open up your business account. That way, all the money that you generate from your business endeavors, whether it be money from streaming, selling your music online, your merchandise, etc., it can go into your business bank account. And if you have a financial planner, they can help you set up a payroll system so that way you can get paid and have taxes taken out. And just to be clear, you should conduct your own research and consult with the appropriate professionals before implementing this information. And that concludes today's class. If you have any questions, leave in the comments section below. And if you have any additional information to share, please do so. This is a community. We are here to learn and help each other grow. For now, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next class.